going?
Hi, my name is Cynthia, and I'm with Friends of the Verde River. We're talking to one of our partners here, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. So if you want to go ahead and do that.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Meghan Smart. I'm a senior scientist at the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality, and I run our community science program called Arizona Water Watch.
Would you like to go in depth maybe on some of the things that you do for ADEQ and the Water Watch program?
Yes. So we partner with groups all over the state, including you guys, Friends of the Verde. They're amazing, as you know. And they help us collect, very important data, whether it's E. coli samples from rivers and lakes, or it could be chemistry samples like nutrients or metals. They also help us collect temperature data or flow regime data. They help pick up trash. So we just work with a whole bunch of groups all over to kind of fill in water quality data needs. And we're doing this really cool study where we're collecting E. coli and MST samples. MST is microbial source tracking. So we're working with NAU to figure out where is that E. coli coming from. So if we can figure out where it's coming from, then we can implement changes to reduce the E. coli loading coming in.
Do you think it's important that the community gets involved?
Oh, I love this question. Okay. So Arizona has over 100,000 stream miles in the state, and we have over 257 lakes. I don't know if you knew that, but we only actually have 2 natural lakes, and that's Marmon and Snowman, just by the way. So, at DEQ, we're based in Phoenix, although we have some people in Flagstaff and some people in Tucson, but we cannot get to all these water bodies all the time to collect the data that we need, And so there's this idea, this beautiful idea with community science and why we started this program in 2017. And that's it. People are out there that live right by their water body and they're very connected to it, they understand it, and they can collect those samples much easily, like more easily than we can, right? And so if we can provide training and equipment and resources, then that data can be gathered at the time that it's needed, much more than we could do. So I think the only way that we're gonna help implement change and fix or preserve and protect is through community science. A component that we added into Arizona Water Watch recently was around COVID, so 2020, was the trash cleanup. So lots of groups clean up trash all the time, but going back to science, we have to collect the data, right, and trace it back. We trace it back often to E. coli, but there can be other things too. So we're kind of implementing and upping the ante in that program. And what I mean by that is instead of just cleaning up trash by a waterway, we're doing kind of trash transect surveys. So we're starting this on the Santa Cruz River in southern Arizona, working with Sonoran Institute. And so the idea is you're studying what trash is there specifically so we can figure out what changes we need to make to reduce that trash. We also have a lot of data that help us delist water. So once it's assessed, sometimes there's problems. And sometimes there's projects that maybe we put in, maybe you guys have implemented, as an NGO, or other groups have done the Forest Service. But then data has to be collected to show that there's improvement. So for example, the Verde River, we had a group go out and collect samples for dissolved oxygen. We realized it was no longer a problem. It was once impaired for that. But we collected more data, showed that it wasn't a problem, so we were able to delist it. That brings a lot of happiness to me to show I want to bring attention. I want people to come out here. I want people to enjoy the water and connect with nature. And so to have the data to show that it's healthy is really great.
Listening to The Verde is brought to you by Friends of the Verde River. Please visit verderiver.org/listening for more videos and resources.